Hi, I'm Amy, and this is How We Homeschool. Today I wanted to give you a tour of our homeschool room, but I realized that I have some organizing to do. So I thought I would do a little before and after of my organizing. So I'm just going to flip the camera around and give you a little tour of our before, and then I'll come back through after I'm all done and give you a little tour of everything that I have reorganized. So here we go. Okay, so this is the room of our house that is our homeschool room. And it's technically like a den or a second living room, maybe. I'm not really sure. Okay, so this is the only nice looking part, except for that giant hole in the wall. But this is where I keep our play coins, rubber bands, colored macaroni, pom-poms, marbles, beads, colored sand. These are little foam buttons and stuff for crafts. And this is kind of our nature finds. This is old. It needs to be taken down. Okay, then this is the fireplace. And so this mantle kind of just becomes a catch-all for a bunch of stuff. We have our kites, a butterfly house. These are some kiwi crates that my son had and one for my daughter. An extra notebook. This is all the kiwi crate activities that we've done, and now I don't know what to do with. Do I keep them? Do I get rid of them? This is our CD player / radio tape player that we use for some of our CDs in school. A big shell we found at a yard sale, our rock collection. And then in here, I just have stickers, wooden dominoes. These are like dry erase things, our shells, wigs, wooden shapes, foam shapes, ocean shapes, the insect shapes, the farm shapes, this train with numbers, and then the pegs holding all of our Play-Doh. Well, it's half of our Play-Doh stuff, and the other half of our Play-Doh stuff. This is the closet that's in here. And up here is where I keep the curriculum that we're not using, but we will need again. So this is our Exploring Countries and Cultures, Creation to the Greeks that we did last year. And then each kid has their own tote for their keepsakes, whatever. This is Danny's, Charlie's, and Ellie's. I still need to get one for Finley, and then Jerry doesn't have one yet because she's just starting preschool this year. Some glow sticks that we had left over, my laminator, science type stuff in it, tweezers, magnifying glasses, a little volcano, test tubes, that kind of stuff, magnets, any electronics that we don't need anymore. So yeah, we put all that stuff in there, so if the kids decide they want to take things apart, try and build something, they can go in there to get things. These are our little first day of school things I got at the dollar spot last year. This is a sewing machine I bought at Aldi, and then just some random scraps of fabric. Over here I have this little hanging thing that's got some games on it. I got Sound Bingo. I also have this mathematics puzzle. Instant learning center that I found at a yard sale. And here's just the placemat, and then some puzzles, an ocean puzzle, and some puzzles in there. And then this is my daughter's scribbles. So bag of pom-poms. Here's some cotton balls. These are broken crayons that we use for different crafts and stuff. So I just keep some of those around. And this has a bottom to it, but I'm not sure where it's at. I'll have to find that. But this is just where I keep our eyeballs, some beads, and some buttons. We've got crayons that aren't broken. This is a smaller bin of crayons. Here's some homemade crayons that we made. This goes with my son's Water Wow pads from my son Doug. There's some tape that doesn't really belong in there. And then these eggs that my son got for Easter. They're crayon eggs. And here's some pipe cleaners. Oh, here. Alright, so here's some just craft feathers, and then lots of clothespins for different crafts. And this is just a little kitchen science kit that my daughter has. There's another science kit down here. And then these are just some of our books. I don't actually keep too many books. These are a Happy Hollister set that my daughter got from her grandma that she's working on reading. I keep some of our favorites, like the Narnia series, the Little House series, and then some of the things, like this one goes with our curriculum, this Discovery Bible, these all go with our curriculum, and then Shel Silverstein, because he's my favorite. But you can get most things from the library, so I just go ahead and get things from the library because it's easier. And then these are just all my kids' calico critters. This is all the critters and the little parts, and then they have a medium house with the top part that goes on and a big house. So on this cart is just some workbooks, plain paper, a clipboard, workbooks. Here's some straws for craft, rubbings for leaf, blank page, notebooks, colored like scrapbooking paper, cut out leaves that they can use for crafts, this colored construction paper, our Duodots. This one lost its lid, but I think it'll still work. We'll see. And then I have a couple of these. I think they're dirty. And then paint brushes, this big paint that didn't fit in here. And then this is where we keep all of our paint. This is our watercolor, some sponges, some acrylic paint that's more for me or the older girls to use. And then just a bunch of paint, and the one watercolor doesn't fit up top. Down there, coat is all of our felt. Down here are our magazines and old newspapers put down when we're painting, magazines to cut pictures out of, over tissue paper that they can use for crafts. We have our pencil sharpener that, I don't know, doesn't work that great. And then, so up here, these are just some things for I put my butterfly eggs in here. This is for my butterfly keeping that I do. This goes with a tote that's in my room. This is just, okay, so these are little name puzzles I made for my kids that they never really play with. These are little Bibles that my oldest daughters got, I think, when they were dedicated. This one's for Danny. And then I have one for, I think this one's Charlie's. No, this one's Ellie's. I don't know where Charlie's is. Then just envelope, stamps, more envelopes, a bunch of envelopes, and a map of Michigan. This is a game that came with Exploring Countries to Cultures. These are all the CDs that come with our curriculum. Alright, then over here, these are some ABC cards that come with the kindergarten curriculum, but these ones got colored on, so I ordered a new set, but I'm just keeping these as backup in case. And these came with our art curriculum. They're just little postcards of famous artwork. George Washington, this one. So we use those in our art curriculum. And these are just some manila folders that are empty. These are all my index cards. There's actually some money that goes with our Exploring Countries and Cultures curriculum that could probably get put away with that. And then in here I think is a bunch of like sight words flashcards that we don't even do sight words, so I don't know why I have that. This is a map of the United States. Alright, then down here, this is an extra sketchbook. I bought some notebooks and coloring pads that are extra, some page protectors for binders and dividers for binders, and then a bunch of loose leaf notebook paper that we never use. Alright, and then this stuff is all curriculum that I'm not using, like while we're homeschooling. And here I have an extra binder. Then these three things are where I keep my student sheets organized. And then more extra notebooks. On top of here I have our globe and then our blow-up globe. And then these are just some chalk mats that my mother-in-law got for the girls. Alright, so then in here, this is not all school stuff. The top shelf is just mostly school stuff. So I have my dry erase markers, my highlighters. These are 2 dry erase erasers. This is a pen quill set that we used when we did Adventures in U.S. History. We learned about that. This is a little pointer for when I'm teaching. My hot glue gun, some rulers, some extra crayons and markers. These are flashcards, some extra pencils, extra paint, extra tape, extra erasers. This is my daughter's. I don't know why it's here. Those are some paper clips and some brads and some push pins, some popsicle sticks and beans and contact paper. Yeah, so it's pretty much just a big mess. And this shelf is my daughter's shelf she needs to clean off, and Charlie's shelf, Danny's shelf, And then down here is just where I keep all the kids' toys. I rotate their toys, so this is where I keep the ones that they're not currently playing with. Then over here I have our totes that have our curriculum in it that kind of needs to come out and get put somewhere so I can get to it easily while we're doing school. So it's pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade will actually go in our other closet, which I will show you probably in a separate video because this one's already getting pretty long. And then here's just some crafts that the girls did. This window just leads to my laundry room. I don't know why. I didn't build the house. And then this is a desk that the kids use. So these are just some books that need to get put away. These are some wildlife cards that I found at a yard sale that I thought were cool. Just some Sharpies and pens. Here's all like glue and tape that needs to go in the garage. And then just another workbook and some papers. That is our before. So I'm just going to go ahead and get to work, and then I will show you the finished result. I think I am done, at least for today. I've got things how I want them. I think it's going to work well. We'll kind of see as the year goes on how things progress, but for now, I think it's good. So let me show you what I did. Okay, I'm going to be very careful not to show you anything to the left because that is where I piled everything that needs to get taken care of. But here is the shelf. I did add a few more jars up here. I added the eyeballs, some buttons, some letter beads, some feathers, and then we just have the beads, the things that were there before. I did hang this cross to kind of hide that ugly outlet that was up there, and just made everything look nice. And I cleared off the entire bottom down here so it's nice and clear. I doubt it'll stay that way. And then just left those things there. That's all the same stuff. And then in here, what I ended up doing was I took this cart and I put in everything that I would need for preschool and kindergarten in this cart so that I can pull it out. It's easy to get to when I need it, but I can lock it in this closet when we're not using it, and the baby can't get to it. The paint and everything in those drawers is the same. I just moved the Calico Critter stuff around a little bit to make room for these, the chalk placemats and these dry erase placemats that we had. And then I put the games that were hanging here, I put on the shelf down here, and just moved the books over and put this game here. And I took that out, which I feel like there's a lot of empty, wasted space here, so I might get some hooks or something just to kind of use this space because I feel like it's wasted. But I didn't like having that hanging thing. It just, I don't know, it didn't look good. So then up here, same things, except I emptied out the kindergarten bin. I also emptied out the preschool bin, and I turned the tag around, and now it's got my extra curriculum in it for now. And then this is all the same, the science stuff, the magnets, and I was able to put this extra craft stuff up here because it's stuff that the kids don't need to necessarily get to unless I'm helping them. This is pretty much cleared out. I got, just a few notebooks and a 3-ring binder and some extra paper here. All of our workbooks if the kids want to do some extra work. And then there's some scavenger hunts up here for the girls if they want to do them. And some extra paper. And then here's some of the stuff that I'll need for preschool, and this for kindergarten, and this stuff's for kindergarten, and then the science set for preschool. And then I did put my flashcards up here. I've got my index cards, and then just some extra notebooks in case the girls want to draw, my CDs, my maps. And then I just put a couple of placemats down here because the table is textured, so it's kind of annoying when they're trying to draw and they get that texture through and they don't like that. And then down here is just my preschool toys, the learning toys that are part of the preschool curriculum. So it'll be super easy for me to pull that out and get out what I need when we're doing preschool because it's right under the table. And then in here kind of organized. I moved tape and scissors to here. I need to buy more tape, and there are more scissors. They're just in the girls' craft drawer in the kitchen. And then I put all the glue in one, and then here's all my extra. I had gone out and gotten some extra glue sticks and extra crayons because the Meyer was having their back to school sale already, and then just some extra pencils and crayons and colored pencils that I had left over from last year. And here's all of my like teachery type stuff, my tacks and my paper clips, and my hot glue gun back there. And so that's pretty much the same. Here's some extra pencils and pens, which could be better organized, but it's fine for now. And then those are the girls' drawers. And I put our Kiwi crates, Holden's Kiwi crates up there. This is the kindergarten or the first grade stuff that needs to get moved to the other closet, which I'll do another video about later this week. And then I just set up my butterfly stuff here on this table because I thought this would be a good place. Last year I did all my butterfly stuff on the kitchen counter, and that was kind of obnoxious. So when I realized that this desk was going to be cleared off, I thought, why not throw my butterfly stuff up here? And when I start to get some eggs, I can put my butterflies in here. And then in this drawer is just some extra crayons, a pencil box with some pencils, and I keep sharpened pencils with erasers in here, so you can always find a good pencil when we're doing school. And then this is just a little alphabet tracing board. A little pencil that you trace letters. So that's just okay. So thank you for taking a tour of me with my homeschool space. See how I shove it all in here. And later this week, I will show you how I keep the older girls' homeschool stuff and where we do homeschool with them. Spoiler alert, it's the kitchen table. So thanks so much for organizing with me, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.